Like many people, I sat down to watch Roadblock with a certain look of bewilderment on my face, mostly about the name. I'm pretty sure WWE used Roadblock earlier on in the year, and they also got rights to quite a lot of their old pay-per-view names from the past, so I don't know why they're just being lazy and using the same one, but hey-ho. The pay-per-view starts with quite a lot of action in the tag team title match, where something quite extraordinary happened and the New Day lost their tag team championships. After breaking the record, they've just had them stripped straight away. I'm happy with who got them, just thought it was maybe a bit quick, and I'm a bit dubious to whether or not they're going to hold on to them for much longer. Sheamus and Cesaro, that is. They might lose it in a rematch on Raw tomorrow night. The match was great. Cesaro, as per usual, is a complete beast. The New Day were in full heel mode during the match, so Cesaro and Sheamus had to outsmart them in the end. They faked a tag, so while Kofi was distracted with Cesaro, Sheamus came in, pinned Kofi, and they won the belt. Cesaro allowed the New Day a few moments to say goodbye to the belt before the New Day kindly hand them over peacefully. Cesaro hugs the New Day and Sheamus steals both belts off them and just celebrates with them on his own. I'm looking forward to seeing what Sheamus and Cesaro can do now they're champions. They've been putting on decent matches as of late, and the New Day could have just done with that little bit of a stir just to make them a bit fresher, so it's all good in my opinion. After taking the piss out of Charles the Dwarf for a few minutes, Kevin Owens sees Chris Jericho backstage. He gifts him a scarf, which Jericho just throws at him and walks away. Owens looks like it's all falling to pieces with him not knowing what to do now. Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman wasn't very interesting. Sami managed to survive the 10-minute challenge after about 8 minutes of a beating. Foley came down with a towel, to which Zayn eventually grabbed the towel off him and discarded it. And then just as Strowman thought he had Zayn where he wanted him, Zayn was moving out of the way and Strowman hit a post and then he went through the barricade, got back in the ring, got a haluva kick, and then the timer ran out. That was about it. As expected, Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins had a great back and forth match. Kevin Owens came out towards the end and tried to cause a distraction for Jericho to take advantage of. That didn't work, in fact it backfired. Jericho got Owens rolled up. The referee didn't see him because he was too busy dealing with Owens. Pedigree to Jericho, sad face. Holy titty fucking Christ, Austin Aries is on WWE TV. What the fuck? 10 minutes later and I'm all cleaned up and ready to watch the pay-per-view again. I don't watch 205 Live, so I didn't know this, but Austin Aries is there because he's now a commentator as soon as he's injured. He joins Corey Graves to commentate on a match between the Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins and the champion Rich Swann. Swann retains. I still don't really care. They seem to be focusing all the character and everything on 205 Live, which like I've said before, I don't have the time to watch. I don't want to watch anymore. I certainly don't want to watch it when it looks like it's Total Divas, when they just give us little teasers on Raw and then hope we tune in to see what happens next. After the match, Neville makes his return. Everyone thinks he's there to congratulate Swann, but instead he just beats the piss out of him, as well as Kendrick and Perkins. Tap Out Apparel presents Wrestlers Shitting Faces. Here's one. And another. And yep, there's another. Oh, 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 oh. Kevin Owens stands outside Chris Jericho's locker room, begging to be let back in, but Jericho ain't biting. Disheartened by his failure, Kevin Owens has to leave with his tail between his legs, looking forward to the match with Roman shortly. Don't care, don't care, don't care. I've seen this for months, it was the exact same old shit. That's all I've got to say about this goddamn fucking awful bore of a match that should have just been on the kickoff show. Next. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns have proven in the past that they have good chemistry together, both in the ring and on the microphone. Saying that though, it is pretty obvious how most Roman Reigns matches are going to go in the end. Kevin Owens hits Roman with everything, but he only gets 2 counts. He grabs the belt to try and cause a distraction, but he ends up getting a spear instead. Eventually, Chris Jericho decides to come out anyway, even though he said he had no interest in the match. After a momentary pause, Chris Jericho hits Kevin Owens with a code breaker, causing Reigns to get disqualified, Owens to win the match, and retain his championship. And then, just when it looks like Chris Jericho's eyeing up the title belt, he hands it to his best friend with a big smile on his face and they hug. An irate Roman Reigns decides he wants to get some revenge, but the two run away, until they bump into Seth Rollins on the ramp. As they try and back away from Rollins, Reigns hits Owens with a spear. Jericho skips around Reigns into the ring, but then he's hit with a pedigree anyway. He's then dragged outside the ring and shield bombed through the announce table. As Kevin Owens is trying to leave the arena, they catch up to him and put him through the commentator's table up on the ramp, which obviously makes Jericho look weak as fuck, and it also makes Shield 2 out of 3 look really, really strong. And last but not least, I'm not going to go on about this too much because there's a pretty sick guy online who's already done so. He's done a pretty good job of it, but I don't like these fucking crowd shots. Stop it. I don't want to see your kids. I don't want to see your fucking missus dancing for Roman Reigns. I don't want to see middle-aged blokes shaking their hips for fucking Rich Swann. I don't want to see you trying to get me to cheer somebody because you're telling me that this is happening, and this is happening when Roman Reigns is coming down, when actually, that's happening. that guy and his mate and the majority of the fucking crowd. Piss off. And that's it for another week. If you'd like to comment, please follow the link in the description to the Botchamania site and do so there. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, I can be found at Blunt Damage, and if you like the music heard in this, the band is The Colour Fire, and they can be found at www.thecolourfire.com. I'll see you next week.